I am Stephanie Quick. I am a writer, experiencer, and psychic artistic experimenter. I could not be more delighted to recommend to everyone the Perceptions Today community. I have been friends with Perceptions Today on Twitter quite a while. They always have the most thought-provoking and smart, scientific and speculative pieces about consciousness, how it affects us in our daily lives, in extreme circumstances, including the paranormal, near-death experiences, chronic illness, looking at it from the angle of, for example, how animals organize their own consciousness through their various senses, and what this might tell us about the human potential for expanding our consciousness and using our consciousness in ways that are more productive for ourselves, our communities, more compassionate. They've been having these great community spaces on Twitter, and I've just been loving them because you have scientists, you have authors and researchers, people who have experienced all type of strange phenomena related to consciousness, including dreams, paranormal, poltergeist, Peake effects, as I said, near-death experiences, and PT does a great job of moderating it so everyone gets a chance to be heard. You have people from literally all over the world. It's wonderful, and there's not a prioritizing of, let's say, authors or scientists over people who are just, like I feel like myself sometimes, just kind of some random on the internet saying, I had this really weird experience, right? Those people get a voice too, and people will listen open-mindedly and thoughtfully and give feedback from their own experience, their own reading and research. So in short, it's wonderful, and I don't know what we did as human beings to be in the same time frame as like that how do you want to say that thing? It's been 4 billion years that the universe has been around, or the earth has been around. You were born in the same time frame as David Bowie. It's like, I feel like this way about this community. It's very smart. It's very respectful and thoughtful, really open-minded in the truest sense of the word, of just let's listen and think about what people are saying without immediately trying to shove it into a particular version of a particular paradigm. I'm sure other people too, but the outstanding people who have been involved in these sessions already, and we've had some great discussions. So I would just encourage everyone to look into this. Again, my name is Stephanie Quick. I'm probably best known for my work on sex magic and synchronicities, as well as for having a big old near-death experience and working in various esoteric groups since then. And yeah, you can find me probably most easily at my blog, Ghost Dog is a Mystery Box, and there's a contact sheet there. I'm on Twitter and Facebook, and you can always email me with your weird stories, which I love more than anything. And thank you.
Hello, my name is Anthony Peake. I'm an author based in West Sussex in the UK. I'm the author now of 11 books, with the 12th book due out in July 2022, which will be released both in the UK and in North America. To date, I have sold, or my publishers have sold, somewhere in the region of 110,000 books worldwide, and I have at least one book in most major European languages and a number of minor ones. I'm particularly interested in being involved with Perceptions Today because I really believe in the principles of that website come group, and I'm happy to be associated with it and work closely with you guys in developing the overall concept of Perceptions Today. Okay, tell me a little bit about myself. Well, I was educated at the University of Warwick, and I did postgraduate at the London School of Economics and the University of Westminster. My interests over the years have always been extraordinary human perceptions. By this, I mean what is really going on when people experience out-of-the-body experiences, near-death experiences, deja vu sensations, precognitions, these type of things. And it's something that has intrigued me ever since I was very, very young, and it is something that has seeded my writing since then. The one thing that's important about my work is that I'm not coming from any one belief system. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm not writing. My work is not to justify a particular position or a particular belief. Indeed, it is quite the opposite. My writing is developmental in that I am an explorer and trying to discover answers to the greatest mysteries of human consciousness. How is it that consciousness exists in a brain that is made of inanimate matter? How does consciousness get developed from the interaction of particles with electric fields, electronic fields, and electromagnetic fields? How does that create the idea of you and me and everybody else that's listening to these podcasts? So for me, these are the billion-dollar questions. And do I believe that I answer them? Probably not, but I think I'm on the right route in terms of this. And this is because I have a concept I call the Damon-Eidolon dyad. And I argue that we all have our own higher self guiding us. But unlike a lot of writers out there, I believe I can do the science of how this works. And I can also do the science of why it is that this particular perceptions that we have can be explained scientifically, and how it is that part of us seems to know the future and seems to guide us. This is central to my ideas and concepts. So what else can I tell you about me? Well, just that I'm happy to and open to listen to other people's experiences as well, because I'm very much of the viewpoint that the word empirical and empirical evidence comes from the word experience. We're in the Latin and the Greek for experience. And this is so important because it is experience. And if you have extraordinary experiences, they are real. They may be hallucinations, but then we have a billion-dollar question of exactly what hallucinations are. And this is, again, one of the areas I'm quite fascinated in discussing with my work. So please come along, join us. Over the next few months, I'll be doing a series of Meet the Author groups under the auspices of Perceptions Today. And these will be open discussions, open to all. And you can literally ask me anything about my work and my ideas, and we can end up having fascinating online discussions. I look forward to meeting you all and discussing things with you in due course. And thank you again for listening to this message. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa Maria of Centered Awareness, where I provide healing services. My main services include pranic energy healing, psychosomatic trigger releasing, spiritual mentoring, and online meditation classes. So I'll go through and explain a little bit about each of my main services and what they entail. So the pranic energy healing, basically what I do is I scan through your energy field, okay, which is also known as your etheric field or your aura. So I'm not touching you. It's not a hand-on technique. It's more of I'm hovering over your body basically, and I'm just feeling that energy. Normally what happens is if I scan over a part of your body where you might be feeling pain or there's a block there or there's something going on, I usually get a pain in my arm, or my arm feels heavy. That's how I usually know that there's something going on there. And we have a bit of a discussion. I might move a bit of energy around. Depends on how it feels. If it feels heavy, I'll keep on doing it until I get a nice flow of energy there. Then I'll also perform a little bit of a psychosomatic technique just in that particular area. The psychosomatic trigger releasing, that's a more thorough healing technique where I'm working from your head to your feet, and I'm touching on every single meridian point that's in line with every single one of your 7 chakras. What is psychosomatic therapy? Basically, it's the communication process that happens between your mind, your body, which is the soma, and the soul seeks to awaken within the human body to have a physical experience. So how we process an experience is stored in our cellular memory, and this also shapes our body. So where I used to study, which was at the Psychosomatic Therapy College, the teacher, Herman Mueller, he used to say that the issues are in the tissues. So the tissues are like that, that chunky part that hangs around your body, and it's there, it's used there as it's created. Your body's created it through the way you've experienced certain things and processed certain experiences, and it's there as a protection basically. So if we've processed a particular experience as pain, sadness, or anger, the experience held in our cellular memory triggers our reaction in similar situations. But it not only shapes your body, it also creates disease, and it also affects the energy flow within your human energy field. Your human energy field, like I said, is your aura or your etheric body. Everything is energy, and this includes crystals. So I use white selenite crystal wands, and that's to assist with the emotional healing and to help bring inner peace. So I usually use these crystal wands to help, apply a slight pressure on these meridian points that are around your chakras. And I find that works well with my clients. Basically, that helps to release the suppressed energy that's stored in your cellular memory. You may feel the emotion of the pain that was connected to the way you process that particular experience, and that's stored in your cellular memory related to the chakra that's aligned to it. If there's no pain, or emotion, it means that you've dealt with that experience and you've healed and you're at peace with it as well. Yeah, so basically that's what psychosomatic therapy is. What I find with my clients is it's very different for everyone. So some clients, they've experienced feeling lighter after a huge emotional release, or they've felt pain or laughter. Others have experienced seeing colors, images. Some might feel tingles or even feel like a rush of energy to a particular point in their body once I've released that block. So, the healing experiences are going to be different for everybody. What I would suggest is have no expectations, because you will have your own genuine experience that's going to suit your healing needs and what's required for you. Now, both of those techniques, or both of those services, I should say, are face-to-face services. Now, I have a spiritual mentoring service that I also provide, and that's for people who meditate a lot. You don't necessarily have to meditate a lot, but some people have very strong intuition, or they might have seen a spirit, or they're starting to receive a lot of messages and they're hearing things. And I'm talking about like audible voices and things like that, and not quite sure how to deal with it. Some people have experiences where their young children see spirits and they get scared, or they feel like there's someone in the room and things like that. Because I've grown up with these type of experiences since I was very young, to the point where I saw my best friend, who has passed away now. He used to have a community garden, and once he passed away, I used to hold my meditation classes there, and he appeared in spirit. I saw him clear as day. Basically what I do is I help mentor people who are having these spiritual experiences and they want to embrace them, or, want to turn it down and things like that, or want to connect with it a little bit more. The spiritual mentoring, that's a face-to-face, or we can also do these online sessions as well. Then I also have another one of my main services, which is my online meditation classes. And so basically you can join through, I have a social media community platform for the Centered Awareness community. You can join through that platform, and that's where we run our online meditation classes. Very flexible. There's some time slots there that are already set up. If you can't make any of those time slots, just let me know and I can arrange a specific time and day that suits yourself and that suits myself as well, and we can work around that. That's an online service that I provide, and it's for everybody around the world. Okay, so I try to help as many people as I can. So basically how I connected with Perceptions today, we connected through some discussions in regards to some videos of consciousness, and then eventually I was asked to co-host his discussions on Twitter Space, and out of this grew the Perceptions Today community, which is a great community. So where basically we hold these Twitter Spaces weekly, and within the community we help people. Whatever comes up in these discussions, we help to, like, someone might have a situation where they might need some assistance, and we might know of someone else that might be able to help them, and we refer them and introduce them to each other. So there's a lot of networking that happens. There's a lot of discussions about particular topics that we have as well. We also invite people to speak in those Twitter Spaces. So basically that's how Perceptions Today community has grown. If you're ever looking for these Twitter Spaces, you can also follow myself at Centered Awareness or Perceptions Today, or even just look for the Twitter handle, which is #Perceptions Today community. Now for myself, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, or my Facebook page. I'm also on Pinterest. You can find all of these links to connect to myself via my website. So my website is CentredAwareness.com. That's spelled CENTRED awareness.com, because I understand centered is spelled differently in some other countries. But yeah, so basically you can find my website there, and you can find all of my contact information there as well. So that's myself. My name's Melissa Maria, and I look forward to having interactions with you. Thank you. Bye.